Chat, I might be one of those crystal girls that believes in the stars and shit. Okay, hold on. Pause. Pause. I'm not to that extent, okay? But I do believe that the universe rewards intuition. I'll give you an example of this, okay? Just to start off. I have not played tennis since high school. I've not played tennis since high school. I moved off to college a few hours away. Couldn't find anybody to play with that could actually hit the ball over the net, right? Unless you want to play pickleball. I know you don't want to play pickleball. I, I like pickleball, but just for the sake of being funny. Anyways, so I have not played tennis in years, and I said to myself the other day, I said, you know what? I'm going to go out and hit the ball around. I don't have anybody to hit with. I'm going to go out. I'm just going to hit the ball around because I enjoy tennis, and that's something I want to keep doing. So I went out there to my college and just hit around. Keep in mind, this is like 11 a.m. on like a Thursday. And there's two dudes hitting, and I'm just serving or whatever. They come over there, and we get to talking. They're like, "Oh, like, have you been playing tennis?" I said, "Well, I used to play in high school." And we chatted for a little bit, and I ended up getting added to a tennis group. So now I get to play tennis once a week. It's almost like, and yes, you can say this is coincidence, and to some extent, I probably agree. But it is weird how, like, when you want something to happen, or not even that you want something to happen, but you go out there and you do things for yourself and for your soul and just to feel good and to have fun, things tend to work out for you in a way that you would never expect. And that's what I mean by I'm a crystal girl. I genuinely believe like the universe rewards intuition, and it rewards you for doing things you enjoy. And to some extent, I might believe that everybody has a purpose to do something, and a lot of people just end up rejecting that purpose. And not to say that you should go and quit your job and go soul searching and all this, because it's not that simple. Especially when you have kids, you have people who rely on you, you have yourself to rely on, right? And you have to take care of yourself. You have to eat. You have to have a place to live. I understand all that, and I know it's hard right now. But it's always been hard. And it's easy for me saying this in a position where, I'm young, I have lots of time. I'm fortunate enough to not be in any debt. And I'm fortunate enough to do what I enjoy right now. And, I'll give you another example. I play a lot of Magic the Gathering, right? Some of y'all might think that's loser behavior. But I'm pretty damn good at it. I stream on Twitch, by the way. I'll link that on the YouTube. Anyways, I'm pretty damn good at it. And I quit my job recently. I was working at Starbucks part-time over the summer. If you watch my earlier video, I did drop out of college too, to kind of pursue what I care about. And Magic had really been something I could start to rely on for income. And it was kind of a tough decision, but I was making some money through tournaments and stuff, and I quit my job. And literally the next week, I kid you not, I play in the events, and I've never had that high of a win rate before. Literally never. It's like once my focus was on that, the universe rewarded me for putting my, and you can say it's effort, whatever this, whatever that, coincidence. But it's just this feeling I get that I'm making the right decisions. And, maybe that's a little bit of delusion. Maybe I'm giving off a little bit of delulu, as the kids say. I don't know, man. There's just something to it. And y'all have to let me know in the comments if you've ever felt this way too. But I really feel like the universe just rewards you for going out there and doing, like, fulfilling your purpose. Like, how many people were meant to, work at McDonald's or not? I'm not saying there's no shame in that, right? We have to make a living. But also, does that feed your soul? Does it make you happy to do that? I'm very skeptical. I'm very skeptical that would make anyone happy. And yes, I'm actively acknowledging that most people have to work for a living and have to support their families, and they don't have the luxury of doing this. But also it's like we're all going to die anyways. I would and I would almost rather die living an authentic life than live in an unauthentic one. Peep the cat in the back, by the way. I really would. I would rather die than end up, working a 9 to 5 for 40 years. And you can call that laziness. You can call that whatever you want. But I think it's the highest route you can take in life. I really do. Is to say that things might not work out and I'm just going to do it anyways because, we only get to live once. Maybe the millennials were onto something with YOLO. I don't know. It was a kind of a cringy way of saying it, though. Anyways, I just wanted to get on here and kind of yap about that. Also, you need to, when I say all this, you need to have a detachment from your results, right? You can't go in. Another thing, I don't think the universe rewards you when you have expectations of what something is supposed to become. If you quit your job and you say, I'm gonna become a streamer, I'm gonna do this. When you have these expectations for yourself and you have these goals you need to meet, it's good to have goals. But when you have these specific, especially monetary goals, right? You have these specific goals you want to meet, you end up doing things that aren't you to obtain those goals. And then when if you even achieve them, it wasn't from a state of being yourself, right? People are fake online. I think that's where a lot of our depression stems from too, is just the fact that everybody's so performative all the time. And I could yap about this in 10 different videos about how performative everything is nowadays. But when you set goals for yourself and you almost sell yourself out to reach them by being unauthentic or playing a game you don't like, it's something as simple as that. You think the universe is going to reward you for doing something you don't like just to get something you don't want, to participate in a society that you don't want to be a part of? Like I said in an earlier video, you have to play the game, but you can choose which team you're on. And I genuinely believe if more people tried to live a life of balance and live in accordance to what they want to do and what they enjoy, while also trying to live within the means of society and making money and everything like that, I think we would have a lot more happy people. And I struggle with depression really bad. I really do. But I feel like I'm beginning to kind of settle my place in all of this and kind of come to terms with the fact that, the world is pretty crazy and there's a lot of bad things happening all the time. And you're probably not going to change anyone's opinion. But you can try and find your own meaning within it, and you can try and find your own purpose. And that's kind of comforting to me, honestly. And it might be enough for me. I have a beautiful girlfriend too, so that helps. Humble brag. But yeah, stay away from purpose for the sake of validation from other people too. Just another thing I'll throw in there. Don't do something because other people want you to. Don't do something because you think it'll make you famous or make you a lot of money. I want a lot of money. I would love to have enough money to where I could move out in the middle of nowhere and have a garden and have horses. That's always been my dream, is to be able to have enough land to where I can just have my own garden and live out in the middle of nowhere and have a porch where I can watch the sunset and the sunrise and drink my coffee. I have coffee right now. Cheers. I love coffee. And I think it's also important. God, I'm just going off on a tangent. Hopefully you guys enjoy this. I think it's also important to just know yourself a little bit and what you enjoy and what you dislike. Right? Don't let an algorithm decide that for you. Don't let an algorithm decide what you dislike and what you like. Just stay off the internet, bro. Stay off Reels. Stop scrolling the Reels, bro. It's making you unauthentic and it's making you like everybody else. And I think that makes you lame as fuck. I think you're lame as fuck if you like what everyone else likes. I play a card game with fucking Spider-Man on it, for God's sakes. Like, holy shit, bro. Just find something you enjoy. Never let it go. I'm just some dude. I really am. I'm not going to solve your problems either. But I can get on here and I can yap, and maybe, you know, I can help somebody out, and maybe I'm a little bit relatable sometimes, hopefully. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I'm going to start doing this every day. I promise. All right, bye-bye.